Man, what's good with y'all? I'm gonna keep it up front with y'all. This is my third time recording this video. Complications with the first two, I don't know what happened, but we gonna crank this out again. Kagurabachi chapter 61. We back, man. I knew they couldn't kill our boy, man. So we just gonna hop into it, man. But before we get into this video, man, y'all already know YouTube jazz, man. Make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you was rocking with the video. It's much appreciated. If you new and you stopping by, I appreciate you as well. I hope you have a good day, man. All right, man. Let's get right into this, man. Chapter 61, Night Battle. Like I said, dude, I've already read this 3 times, so I'm just gonna kind of speed to it again, y'all. It's a cool chapter though. I was really rocking with this. All right, November 13th, we in front of a cafe. It looked like Chihiro, they feeding him, wiping his mouth, pouring up some drink for him as he lift the cup. Little dude says, "This is how we operate. For the time being, you're the Masumi's new master. You guys are too overprotective. Your wounds aren't completely healed. Yeah, but I can feed myself." All right, 3-0. He says that's a good sign. Now, mind, just a little dude talking. He looked like a kid, but he's the leader. Any word about Uruha? No, not yet. Well, I get where the forensics are coming from. They've never had a specimen with an enchanted sword contract of 18 years. Yeah, but we just need to know if he's dead or not. Like the blonde dude said, better not get your hopes up. He's trying to be a little strictler, make sure Chihiro on his shit type deal, man. Says, let's take stock of the situation. Right now, the Kamunabi, Hashaku, and Samura are in a three-way deadlock. The leadership sent us to take some kind of preemptive action, but while you were resting, we scoured the landscape and found no trace of the Hashaku. It's like the wild rampage 3 days ago never happened. The guy says, well, they've been flying under the radar for 4 years. We can't track them down in 2 days. The information you got out of at that one Hashaku was huge. Chiro says, yeah, he was a real talker. Mr. Samura, on the other hand, left us a hell of a trail, even in broad daylight. If we trace that spirit energy to its source, we'll find its location. The leaders think it's an enchanted blade detector. If you draw intent, Mr. Samura might try to kill you. In other words, we can fight Mr. Samura anytime we want. Where's the Kamunabis? We're the Kamunabis' best counter Samura force. Personally, we want to knock some sense into him as soon as possible. And the Kamunabi want to eliminate the threat of Mr. Samura as soon as possible too. On the other hand, only Mr. Samura can put pressure on the Hashaku. Right now, the last thing we want is to let the Hashaku force our hand, because innocent bystanders could be harmed. If we launch into a battle with Mr. Samura without intel on the Hashaku, that could be a disaster. He says, don't draw your enchanted blade. He said, is there a plan? Yeah, there is. We have leverage. All right, then we got a little scene switch. I don't know if this is like the Kamunabi like headquarters. They don't really say, but that's what I'm kind of like assuming what it is. Says a hostage. Says yes. What you might call the only chink in Samura's armor, his daughter. We could have had Samura in the palm of our hands, but what? Look, unfortunately, just over 2 years ago, it's April 6th, cause of death, acute heart failure, a chronic condition, heart disease, kind of like a newspaper article. Chihiro looks confused. He says, Mr. Samura had a daughter. I mentioned that we paid a visit to Mr. Samura's family, right? He and his wife divorced long ago, and we're living apart. Still confused, but if she's dead now, how? When I heard he killed you once, it occurred to me that for Mr. Samura, death is how he distances himself from people he cares about. Wait, you aren't suggesting? What are you talking about? During our service to Mr. Samura, he only used us once as ninja, and that was to fake her death. 3 years ago, the Kamunabi put the contracted sword bearers' families under protection and surveillance, restricting their activities for their safety. Mr. Samura hated that his daughter had to endure that because of him. I guess he anticipated this might happen. He didn't want the Kamunabi to use her against him. You mean Mr. Samura's daughter is living under a secret identity, but using a relative as a hostage? Don't worry, we never do that. But we have no intention of bringing her. We have no intention on bringing her into a fight. That's not the crucial part. Do you really think the Hashaku intend to just obediently battle Mr. Samura after he fulfills their agreement? That killing machine? That would be suicide. Naturally, they've got something up their sleeve to protect themselves, right? And Mr. Samura only has one weakness. She's their leverage. Impossible. She's completely undetectable. Says between the convenient timing and the little inconsistencies with the fake body and phony medical records, they might have caught on that she's still alive. Even so, there's no way they could track her down, not with that spell that's cast on her. That spell makes it impossible for other people to recognize her as Seichi, Samura's daughter. She herself wouldn't realize she's his daughter even if she met him. It was the price that Mr. Samura paid to ensure her freedom and safety, to sever the memory of their connection to each other. It was funny because when I was first reading it, I thought that I couldn't understand that if he so Samura still knows who his daughter is, I guess, to protect her, but I didn't know that if the spell worked on him, like he couldn't recognize her type deal, but I think he still can. Sorry, I just moved my mic. I don't know if that was too loud. Anyway, it says that's what I mean by undetectable. But the Hashaku succeeded in assassinating Kunishige. They undid the seal on the Sanuchi in just 3 years. We can't afford to underestimate their powers as sorcerers. Is there a way to determine if the spell on her is still intact? If something changes, I can detect it. So far, there hasn't been an issue. But in the worst case scenario, it might be a good idea to check it out. If the Hashaku is putting his hopes on defeating Samura on her, taking her into our custody would serve as a check against both Mr. Samura and the Hashaku. Chiro said, where is she? Kyoto, get a cool, it's not a double panel, but a cool single panel of Kyoto with the owl still in the sky. I still think that's the coolest thing. But we in Kyoto look like with some Hashaku members. He says, nice. I want to slice something too. Kuguri, don't walk around carrying the enchanted blade. You can't even use it yet. It's making me nervous. He says, but I need to deepen my understanding of it in preparation for when I can. Sojo said it was important. And do you have that? Do you feel that happening? No, not now. It's contracted to someone else. My love still unrequited. Sorry. Gross. Yuri sent a message out to each of them. It's almost time. Thanks to Hirohiko, this is going to be a hassle. His tactics and kills are so half-assed. Yuri spoils him too much. Don't talk like that. Yuri and those guys are constrained right now. Hirohiko's in rehab. He can't touch... Oh, sorry. Hirohiko's in rehab. He can't touch the enchanted blade. Poor thing. I still think it's funny he's in rehab doing... making cranes. Well, at least we get to kill. It's been a while. Excited. Our jobs to kidnap a kid. Should be fun. But where's the target? No idea. What? According to Yura, she can't be found. So it's a risky gamble. Hirohiko's just like Yura. He also said that if we wait, they'll reveal the goods. Another little panel of the owl in the sky overlook. Yeah, he still knows who his daughter. Like, he knew who his daughter is because he's down there insinuating that this owl is looking over her. So I'm pretty sure if anybody come into contact with her, he's gonna literally be there in a split second. But hey, I'm curious, man, because I know he want to draw that sword, but I don't know, man. Hey, man, if y'all still here, I truly do appreciate y'all. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video, man. YouTube Jazz, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, leave a comment if you was rocking with the video. If you still new here and you made it to the end of the video, truly I appreciate you, man. I hope all of y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Drink water. I'll never forget it.